Our phones store everything: messages, photos, passwords, but security threats are always lurking. Let's deep dive into troubleshooting security issues on mobile devices, and let's start by learning about the dangers of unofficial apps and rooted devices. As we have seen already in the previous demos, mobile devices do not give you direct access to the root operating system. It locks you in the experience that the manufacturer wants you to use, at least by default. As with every electronic device, there is a way to go around it, and on Android devices, it's called rooting, and on Apple devices, it's called jailbreaking. Now you might be wondering, why do people do it? One of the big reasons is being able to install applications from unofficial app stores, and the other one is really to have full control of the device, whether it's for customization, performance optimizations, or just uninstalling some apps that came with the device. But there are some risks associated with doing it. First, it could void the warranty for some manufacturers, and from a security point of view, apps from unofficial app stores can contain malware. Now, each phone and tablet manufacturer has their own way of checking if a device has been rooted or jailbroken. On my Samsung phone here, I can go to see the device information, and if you see official under the phone status, it means you are good. But if you see custom, it means that it's rooted. But the best way to know is always to check the manufacturer documentation. Another way to have more access is developer mode, which is a way for developers to test their app on a device. This gives the user access to some additional features such as faking the current geolocation, installing an app from an app package, or deploying it directly from your laptop, or debugging via USB. The capabilities will depend on the device. Now let's talk about sideloading. Sideloading refers to installing apps on a device from an unofficial store. Now this is something that is done differently depending on the operating system. For example, at the time of recording this course, only Apple devices in the European Union could sideload apps, but this can of course change in the future. For Android, it's something that was always available. You simply download the APK file and then install it on your device. Remember that sideloading apps bypasses all the security and privacy features implemented by the manufacturer. So a very important reminder is to only install apps from trusted sources. Continuing about apps, one risk we have those days is application spoofing. This is when you install what appears to be a legitimate app with high-ranking reviews, and it's up there in the top apps for your operating system, but it turns out to be a malicious application, or an app that simply shows apps and does absolutely nothing useful. There is a recent trend where malicious actors create simple applications that do what they're supposed to do and they get them to rank high. It's usually simple apps like a flashlight, camera filters, games, or QR scanners, and after the app makes it to the top, they update the app to only show ads or add malware. Now let's take a look at an example of sideloading apps. I recently bought a new camera, an Osmo Pocket, and then I started looking for the app to be able to control it, but I couldn't find it in the Play Store. So then I looked at the manufacturer's website, and I saw that for Android, they give it to us as an APK file. So this is one of the examples where DJI, well-known brand for drones, cameras, things like that, but the official app I need is not available in the Play Store, so I need to sideload it. I need to install it from the APK. So now what I need to do is I need to click the download Android APK file. When I click on it, well, first of all, it will probably tell me like, hey, you already have it. Let me do download again. But since I already have it, let me go here and take the one that I already downloaded, click on it. It will say, do you want to install this app? I will click on install here, and it can be as easy as that. But remember, some devices do not allow you to do it. Here, let's see if it's done. Open. I'm able to open the app. It worked really, really well. But again, not all devices allow you to do it. For some devices, such as my Samsung here, for example, I do need to say, hey, allow apps that I downloaded from Chrome to be installed. So let me search here for install. You see, I have a setting for install unknown apps. And here I'm basically telling it, you're allowed to install APK files from Chrome and from my files over here. Now, normally, what I would advise you to do, unless you need it right away, turn this setting off. So you don't have that possibility of where after you did it once and you needed it, a malware goes in, downloads it via Chrome in this example, and then goes in and installs new apps for you. So I always recommend turn on the setting while you need it and then turn it back off. And next time you need it, just turn it on again for security purposes. But this is it for this quick demo on how we can sideload an app that we got from a known and trusted provider. And even if it's not in the store, we were able to get it on our phone. The first step in fixing a problem is knowing that it exists. Let's take a look at the signs that a mobile device might be compromised. First of all, you might see unusual high network traffic from an application, which might indicate something is wrong, but not always. It could simply be a bug in this version, or it could be malware transferring data. Use built-in reports to investigate data usage, and look, better safe than sorry. If you're not sure, run a malware scan. It never hurts. You might also see a data usage limit notification, and this is something that is built in most devices, and they allow you to set a data limit and a data warning. The goal of this is to help you avoid big bills for using too much data. You can configure when your billing cycle starts. This way, the usage is aligned with your billing cycle, and after that, you can configure a data warning and a data limit. So you see, for my plan, I get 10 gigs a month, so I have set my warning at 8 gigs as a heads up, but I don't have a limit set up. You might also see a degraded response time on your apps and phone in general. This can of course be caused by many things. First thing you should try and do is restart the phone and of course update both the operating system and all your applications. If it continues, you can always try to run a malware scan or at worst, reset the phone to factory settings. Another symptom might be limited or no internet connectivity. Before you jump to conclusions, make sure you check the basics. Is the phone in airplane mode or not? Check if the cellular settings, such as the APN or roaming settings, are what they should be. Try to connect your device to a Wi-Fi network as well. And remember, similar to a PC, the malware might try to block you from accessing the internet because if you do, you might find a way to remove it. But if the steps before didn't fix it, try a phone restart and of course, always do a malware scan if you suspect anything because better safe than sorry. Something that is almost always malware is an increased number of ads because bad actors make money by showing you ads, and they make even more money when you click on it. Some malware is actually only focused on showing ads or replacing ads from your browser or other apps with their own because it's such a lucrative market. Some websites might give you fake security warnings, similar to the desktop alternatives that we have seen before. It's always around the topic, download our tool now to get rid of the virus, but when you do that, you are actually installing the virus. Remember, never install anything from a pop-up or notification like that. Something else that might happen is an application that used to work properly, it might start acting weird or displaying ads, asking for extra information, or using a lot of battery or data all of a sudden. Check out the App Store where you got the app to see if others are experiencing the same issue, and uninstall the app and monitor your phone and passwords to make sure that it wasn't infected. Finally, something you never want to happen is hackers getting access to your personal data, whether it's files, pictures, or usernames and passwords. The first thing you should do is determine the cause of the data breach and fix it as soon as possible. So run a malware scan and find the app or the site that was compromised, and you might even need to perform a factory reset on your device. After that, make sure you change your passwords across other services as well, as they might have all been compromised. When it comes to antivirus apps, there is no shortage of apps available, either in the Play Store or in the App Store on Apple, but my recommendation is use the one that your enterprise is already using, because big chances are you already have an endpoint defender tool, whether it's Microsoft or another tool, so just make sure you use that one. Now, I won't go into any specific ones because they're both third-party, but what I want to show you, most devices have a way for you to scan apps built in. On my Android device here, I can just go to the Google account, and then I have Play Protect, which comes in with every Android device, and it will be able to scan all apps. And something that is cool, if you look here to recently scanned apps, you even see the app that we installed from an APK file. So it doesn't only scan apps that you installed from the Play Store, it will scan all the apps on your device. Another one that I have, if we go to settings here and we go to device care, and again, for every manufacturer is different, so find a way to do it with your device. But if I look at app protection, I also have a way to scan the phone from here, and it will scan all the different apps that I have on my phone to make sure that there's no viruses and no malware. This is it for this quick demo, and remember, not because you're on a mobile phone that you cannot have viruses. Try to work with your enterprise admin, make sure that every device is monitored and protected, and make sure that you protect your own personal devices as well.